Yo, February is now over, which means it is the obligatory manga haul for February. I picked up the last two volumes of One Piece 97-98. I believe this is the beginning of the battle with Kaido, or at least the lead up, which is, I think that the Straw Hats are on their way to Onigashima. And yeah, I think things are only just starting now. I know a lot of people mentioned before that they don't particularly like One Piece at the moment because it seems to be going on for quite some time. I think there's just a lot of exposition to go through, and now we're just going through all the final battles. And you know how One Piece is, it's got so many characters and they all need to fight their own separate battles. Yeah, personally I'm enjoying it. I think it's fun. Maybe I'm just biased because I've been reading it for so long. And then I have volume 1 of Our Dreams at Dusk. I've only just got volume 1. I'm still waiting for volumes 2 and 3, I believe. I still have no idea what it's about, so I'm looking forward to picking that up. The same with Sweet Blue Flowers. I did manage to pick up 1, 2 and 4 last haul, but this pick came up early February, so I'm going to probably start the series next month, sorry. Now, I did say that I wasn't going to pick up any more Hell's Paradise because the volumes are really relatively hard to come by, but volume 2 was actually at a really reasonable price, less than retail, so I thought I'd just pick it up. Again, I'm probably not going to start the series just yet, although I heard that the volumes are starting to come in print again, but number 3, 4 and 5 are still quite difficult to find. I'll probably pick up the later volumes as and when I find them, but for the most part I think I'm probably just gonna hold off for now. And then a series that I've been waiting for a long time, Kaiju number 8. I read this the day it came out on the Shonen Jump app, and I instantly fell in love with it. Maybe because the main character is almost as old as I am, so I can kind of relate to the first volume and how he feels about his life. It tells the story of Kafka Hibino, who lives in a world that is overrun by kaiju every day. And similar to One Punch Man, where you have a load of monsters come and destroy the city, except from Kafka is actually part of the aftermath, the cleanup duty. So he dismantles the bodies of the monsters and yeah, cleans them up and, you know, makes everything sanitary again. He did try and become one of the force members that deal with the kaiju, but unfortunately he's now at an age where he can't do so. But as luck has it, he ends up becoming said kaiju. He obtains this tremendous amount of power and now sees a way to join the force to help prevent these kaijus from attacking. It's very shonen. Although he is very old, the rest of the cast are very young, which leads to some very comedic moments. Very excited to see this one in serialization. I'm still reading it. It's still just as good. And yeah, I'm looking forward to collecting the next bunch. Similar to Hell's Paradise, I'm kind of just picking these up as and when. Chainsaw Man again is pretty hard to come by. I think I'm missing volume 2. And the rest are all on back order. They're slowly filtering through, so I have volume 7. Hopefully I can get up to date before the anime airs, otherwise they're going to be even more difficult to obtain. I picked up Komi-san Can't Communicate volume 2 simply just because I bought volume 1 for my brother back in 2020, I think it was 2020 for Christmas, and then because of lockdown in the UK I didn't get a chance to see him, so I decided to just keep it for myself. So I decided to pick this one up just because it was super cheap. I just added it to the basket. I think it was like £3-4, something like that. So I picked it up. I have no interest in picking up the whole series just yet, but hopefully at some point I will. And then I picked up something that has been on back order for quite some time, since I think November or December, is Akira Toriyama's Manga Theatre. This is just a bunch of his earlier work, some of his one-shots. I'm a big fan of his art. I really love the Dragon Quest series. He does all the illustrations for those. I'm not too sure if he still does it for the later games, but I definitely know he did it for the majority of the first few. I'm looking forward to reading this one and yeah, kind of seeing how he grew from such a young mangaka to the titan he is now. And then the remainder of my manga haul is just catch-ups on series that I'm currently up to date on. Golden Kamui number 24 just came out. I say I'm up to date, but I think I'm missing the first, 6 to 10 I'm missing, and then I have majority of the rest, so I just need to pick up a few more volumes. I'm up to date with the anime, which is around, I think, volume 14, 15, 16 maybe. So I've actually quite far behind with regards to the manga, but I'm looking forward to continuing this one. It's a great seinen series. The men are both strong, driven, passionate, and sexy and beautiful all in one go. It's kind of like a better looking JoJo's, if I dare say that to any JoJo fans. And then for February, I actually started reading One Punch Man, and I only had up to volume 14. So I picked up volumes 15, 16, 17, 19, and 20. Volume 18 is very, very difficult to find. Luckily, McPuffin Muffin showed me where I could get volume 18 for super cheap, so I'm just waiting for that now, and then I'll pick up volumes 21, 22, 23 when I get the chance. I'm very looking forward to volume 21, I think it is, because that finishes off the binder for 19, 20, 21, which kind of create a nice little picture of Saitama punching, and then the front covers as well, if you add all three of them together, make a really nice design. In one of my other videos, I mentioned February is the anniversary for the Legend of Zelda series, so I decided to read every single one. I managed to pick up Twilight Princess volume 5, what is it, 7, 8, and 9, which brings me up to date. I'm probably not going to read this one just because I think there's 11 volumes in total in Japan, maybe 12, and we're just 2 or 3 away, and I think by come next year, so next anniversary, it will probably be finished, and I'll probably just binge the whole thing there. Twilight Princess is my favorite Zelda game of all time, so I kind of want to sit through and give the series justice by reading the whole thing in its entirety at a relatively calm pace. And then finally, I picked up the Legendary Edition of Zelda Four Swords, and I just finished reading this a couple of days ago. It's probably my favorite out of all the ones that I've read so far. Link ends up splitting into 4 different Links, and they all have their own different personalities. One of them's really angry all the time, one's really happy and go-lucky. And yeah, it just feels like there's a lot more dynamic in comparison to the rest of the series. Most of these are the same. Zelda gets kidnapped or frozen in time of some kind, and Link just has to defeat the evil. Most of the time it's Ganon, or sometimes it's some sort of other evil. Ganon, for the most part, shows up in pretty much all of them, from what I can remember, bar maybe 1. But yeah, I think it was really good. I don't know how it's going to fare to Twilight Princess, but I think this was probably even better than Ocarina of Time, in my opinion. But yeah, that was my manga haul. It wasn't a particularly exciting one. It wasn't a big one. I was just kind of catching up with everything. Next month, I'm hoping will be a very exciting manga haul. Let me know what you picked up in February. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.